Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Joyce, and today I'll be telling you a story of the time I told this guy that I loved him or I liked him just so he wouldn't sleep with a girl. So if you're interested in hearing that story time, stay tuned. Let's get into the story time about the time I told this guy that I loved him so he wouldn't sleep with a girl. Okay, so to give you a bit of context, when I was really young, I made the decision not to have sex till marriage, so basically to wait until marriage, and I'm a big advocate for waiting till marriage. I made the decision because it's basically what I believe in and it makes sense to me, but then to each their own, literally, like it's your decision, no judgment, like at all, literally no judgment. So this happened when I was in my second year of college. So I lived within the campus, but technically not in the dorms, but just within the campus environment. And then I used to go to the classroom to study from 7 to 9 p.m. on Mondays through Thursdays, sometimes Sundays. So this particular day, I noticed that as I was studying, there were like a group of guys outside, and one in particular was looking at me. We'll call his name Ted. Yeah, my name is Ted. I mean, I was hanging out with my friend. Yeah, so shorty sitting in the classroom studying. I'm like, oh, she's kind of cute, you know. Like, I don't know how this happened, but then I think he waited till I was done. So I decided to wait for her to come out of the building and then talk to her. Done studying and I was leaving, where he, you know, intercepted me along the way and was like, yo, and I was like, hey, what's up? Because I'm actually a pretty friendly person. Like, I'm very like skeptical, but then I'm very nice. So I was like, hi, and then he was like, you know, what's your name? I'm like, Joyce. I'm like, what's your name? He was like, yeah, my name is Ted. And Ted was like, he was handsome, he was good looking, like that caught my attention, obviously. I'm like, oh, okay, I see you looking at me. Then he was like, what are you studying? I'm like, oh, microbiology. And I asked him, how about you? What department are you in? So after that, we exchanged numbers, not because he was good looking, I mean, but because he seemed to have a great personality, because that's what we care about. It's not about the looks. So ladies out there, don't be giving out your number just because he's cute. Make sure he has a nice personality as well. We just used to talk on the phone. We used to hang out once in a while. When I come to study, sometimes he comes around, and obviously that distracts me. But you know, if you're in college, make sure you're studying so you would pass. We don't want people failing. Nope. Actually did pretty well in my undergrad. I graduated with honors, and funny enough, Ted was actually really smart too, and he graduated with honors. Anyways, back to the story. As we were getting to know each other, obviously the conversation or the topic of sex came up. I think at that time I was probably second year of college, probably 16 turning 17. I was definitely 16, so I was quite young. So the topic of sex came up, but luckily for me, I had already made my decision way younger, like probably when I was like 11, 12. Yeah, anyways, story for another day. So the topic of sex came up, and then I was like, oh no, I made a decision to, you know, wait till marriage. And he was like, I don't think I could be in a relationship without sex. Yeah, so I was just honest with her. I told her my mind. It is what it is. But you know, at that point, I should have probably been like, you know, this probably ain't gonna work out. But then at that point, I think I actually liked him. I was getting to know him. So I was, you know, thinking maybe, you know, just maybe he would change his mind and maybe I would be different, you know. I was 16. Yeah, don't do that. I'm telling you now, if you're younger or even if you're older or you're like the same age as me, don't do it, girl. Don't bother yourself. If he tells you from jump like, oh, I can't do this, actually hear him, listen to him, and don't bother yourself. Anyways, one particular day when we were just hanging out, it was me, Ted, and his friend. And so we saw another girl. Let's name her Alicia. Hi, yeah, I'm Alicia. So actually his friend noticed her first, and it was like, ooh, he tapped like Ted, like, check out that girl. I'm like, yo, I'm over here. But like me, I don't really get bothered easily. It takes a lot to really bother me, especially when it comes to like guys and stuff like that. Like so they noticed her, and you know, she did have a banging body. I mean, I can't really help how I look. It's not my fault that I have a banging body, and I don't even work out. It's just natural. So no matter what society thinks, whether you're skinny, thick, tall, short, dark skin, a light skin, a brown skin, you are beautiful. Don't let society or the media tell you what you should look like. And they noticed her and everything, so the friend first went to talk to her, and then all of a sudden Ted leaves me by myself to go talk to her as well, and I'm standing there like, okay, just gonna be on my phone here. And I guess they exchanged numbers, whether with the friend or with Ted, like Alicia. They just exchanged numbers. Oh yeah, the two guys came up to me. What am I supposed to do? Be rude? And besides, didn't she say she gave Ted her number because he had a great personality? He had a great personality, so I also decided to give him my number, so I don't see what the problem is or was. She did the same thing. She gave him her number as well. And so that was it. After that, at that point, I kind of just saw us as friends. But then, you know, that part of me in my mind was like, could it be more later? Despite my decision not to have sex. Anyways, fast forward. So there was gonna be a party like the next weekend. Let's say they met on Friday. So you have Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. The next weekend, there was gonna be a party. So he called me that day, and up until that point he kept asking me like, do you like me? But I was a bit reluctant to tell him whether I liked him or not. Do you like me? Do you love me? Like, to just like make sure he still knows that I like him, and maybe we will see where it goes. I was like, yeah, I do. I like you. And then that was it. That was it. So fast forward, after the party, he came back to school. It was like, he called me up, let's hang out. I'm like, okay, sure. So, hi, what's up? How was your weekend? How was your weekend, Ted? And then he's like, oh, you know that girl we met the other day? Yeah, Alicia, right? Yeah, well, I slept with her. Yeah, we went out to the party. I went with Alicia, you know, and things went down. It is what it is. And I'm like, dude, so I just told this guy that I liked him for nothing. Like, I loved him for like nothing. So I guess my love didn't work. Telling him that I loved him had no effect. It didn't do nothing. That's basically the story. But what I appreciate about the guy is that he was so, oh, I'm gonna sneeze. So what I appreciate about the guy is that he was actually pretty honest. Cause some guys, they would just string you along. Like, immediately we hung out, he just told me straight up, yeah, I slept with her. But then it's like, it wasn't even, at that point I think he already made up his mind to maybe pursue a relationship with her, because they did actually date for a while, and we just stayed friends. It wasn't really that big of a deal. We stayed friends up until we graduated. So yeah, that's my story time. I hope to be more consistent, like I always say. So that's the story time. I hope you guys enjoyed it. It was just funny to me. I just remembered it the other day, and I was like, it's been a while I did the story time, so might as well just tell the story. It turned out well. I mean, we became friends. My feelings weren't hurt. Yeah, learn from me or my story time if you ever come across a situation like that. So I'll see you guys in my next video. Yeah, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and bye. Yeah, I would have made a good, like a cute dude, I think.